listen, there's an all-new
Ninja Warrior
40-yard splash, epic dodgeball, and more. I can't wait. It's the Pro Bowl Skills Showdown tonight at 8 Eastern on NFL.
Can't wait for Tackle the Mascot.
Oh, yes. There's a lot of that going on.
Jamal's already warmed up for that one.
A lot of people mad online right now. It's just a mad time. So it's time to move on from the Pro Bowl, talk a little Troll Bowl. What is the Troll Bowl? I'm glad you asked. While the Pro Bowl features the best players in the NFL, this Troll Bowl is about highlighting the best internet trolls out there, the best of the best on the message board. So I'm going to present the table with 4 classic Pro Bowl trolls to see what they're complaining about this week. And after we hear from them, we'll each get a shot to respond and tell them why they're wrong. Kay, you're going to start. This one's for you. We got one of the greats, Alex Feldman, a.k.a. Yamans34.
Oh, Alex.
You might remember this particular troll for his YouTube comments on Rebecca Black's music video Friday. While he might be known for stirring the pot on Twitter, Yamans is also responsible for putting pictures of birds on celebrity Instagram posts. He likes those. And now he's got some thoughts on what we were just discussing, the Pro Bowl. Let's hear what Yamans34 has got to say today.
The Pro Bowl is supposed to have the best players in the league. Why aren't any of them in the Super Bowl? Grown men playing dodgeball and catching passes from a drone? I can see that every weekend in Williamsburg. We'll see more excitement in Orlando outside of Space Mountain than in this game.
Whoa, whoa, Adams.
What a loser. First of all.
Probably likes comic books.
Was that a Commodore 64 computer?
I think it was.
It was whatever it was. What other plans you got, kid? You mans, what else are you doing here this week in the world of football? There's not a game. You got a week to the Super Bowl. Are you watching the second Fire Festival documentary on Hulu? Are you watching the SAG Awards on Sunday night? There's a Lubbock bowling tournament. Maybe you want to watch that instead of the Pro Bowl. I looked at some other things. The Canadian Junior Curling Championship. You interested in that on Sunday? How about, I don't know, celebrating National Peanut Brittle Day? That sounds more up your alley because clearly you do not respect football, which, by the way, you will be begging for.
Talk about it.
A morsel of football news and little tidbits. You'll be looking for these crumbs week in, week out after that Super Bowl. So why don't you enjoy something while you have it?
Flawless victory. Sorry, you mans. You're done. And we got another one. Okay, that was well handled.
Thanks.
We had peanut brittle talk and curling. I'm into it. Mike, this one's for you, though, bud. We have another all-star hater. This guy's Connor Wilgus. He goes by the handle, What Will Gus Do? He first made his mark as a troll by being the very first person to rickroll someone, getting the idea from his father's love of Rick Astley. He's a pioneer on message boards like Reddit and Tumblr. This iconic whiner has some thoughts on Tony Romo in the broadcast booth. Buckle up.
Tony Romo? More like Tony No Mo. I'm tired of this walking spoiler alert predicting plays before they happen. If I wanted a dramatic surprise to be ruined on TV, I'd watch Game of Thrones on Mondays. And what's with the high-pitched voice? Shut up. Use your normal voice, Romo. No need to go 2 octaves up every time someone hits an extra point. I'm predicting his time in the booth doesn't last long.
Mike, you went big.
You know, when we talked about this in the pre-show meeting, I said, nobody really thinks this way. Everybody loves Tony Romo. He's got a 100 approval rating, correct? And not 2 minutes before we start here. What's that headline say right there?
Let's all calm down about Tony Romo.
Let's all calm down about Tony Romo. You know what?
What are those other tabs you have open?
Thank you, Microsoft Surface, and thank you, whatever your name was, fake troll guy, because this is ridiculous that anyone would talk badly about Tony Romo because he's giving you the perspective of the quarterback before the play. He's not just trying to play spoiler alert, and he's showing you that he can figure. We talked. Bob Sutton got fired because of Tony Romo, so he's showing you what the defense should be seeing as well, and he does a fantastic job of being the smartest guy in the room, but not acting like it, not talking down. He's a phenomenal broadcaster. I don't know how he made the transition so smoothly. Go, Tony, go.
That's it, Mike.
I think that was Bob trolling it. I think that was Bob.
Oh, that's his alias?
That was his ghost. That was his ghost account.
Let's look into that. Right, so we got theory. Now, Bart, you would hear it from road fans during your career. You certainly had your critics. We've got Gregory Harris, known as Hufflepuffer, who's so infamous in the online community, he makes Jake Paul look like Tom Hanks. He currently holds the record for most downvotes on Reddit. This man is the reason Facebook introduced the delete comment feature. Let's hear what he's got to say about Jared Goff's chances in Super Bowl 53, Bart.
Remember the kid who found out which way the sun sets on Hard Knocks? That 3-year, quote, veteran is the one taking on Tom Brady in this year's Super Bowl. That's like giving a kid a driver's license after he just found out what a car was. You don't think Bill Belichick can game plan for some dude like Jared Goff? He's got sweatshirts older than him.
All right, Bart, what do you think?
First of all, Hufflepuffer, whatever your name is, you probably live in your mom's basement.
Hey, there it
Get
is.
out of there. Secondly, you look like you can't fight your way out of a wet paper bag. Secondly, have you ever heard of a guy called Nick Foles who lit these guys up for 374 yards, 10 for 16 on third down, and 2 for 4? I know I'm better than him. Don't worry about it. Just check in. That's why you're a fan. That's all I got.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. The Hood Champ checking in.
Kyle, you
Suck on that one.
I got one. We got more. I'll handle this. This is Jason Rubin Pirelli, known by his username Mr. J. Now, he's one of the OG trolls on the internet. Mr. J got his start on GeoCities message boards, trashing the most recent episode of The X-Files. Mulder and Scully would never have romance. It ruins the show. Since then, he's started Twitter accounts like Fake Andy Rooney and Movie Trailer Troll, while amassing over 100,000 followers online, guys. Apparently, Jason has some thoughts on Tom Brady and the Patriots being back in the Super Bowl. Let us have it, Jason.
Ladies and gentlemen, New England in the Super Bowl again? Why don't we just give Meryl Streep another Oscar while we're at it? Do the Golden State Warriors need another trophy too? Some might call it this a dynasty. I'd call it boring. I'm just saying it's starting to get real old. Just like their quarterback. Hashtag burned.
That's a familiar voice in these parts.
Dang.
The crew guys are laughing at him,
Yeah,
right?
I know that voice.
Mr. J. Mr. J is tired of the Patriots in the Super Bowl. I would think Mr. J, you of all people, would like it because it's about repetition. Just like your life is about repetition. You wake up, you complain about the new Reddit, you get suckered into replying to a Skip Bayless troll, you share your Fortnite solo victories, and you inflate your girlfriend. You go to sleep and do it the next day over and over. Let me tell you something. In this era, there are Super Bowl wins. They're great. And then there are Super Bowl wins over the Patriots. They mean more. They're more significant. I don't care. I know everybody in Seattle and Denver doesn't want to hear it. That Broncos-Seahawks Super Bowl is not going to be talked about in 50 years. It's going to evaporate. The Patriots ones are immortal. I want to ask you something, Mr. J. Do you remember the Houston Rockets NBA titles? Do you remember those two finals? I barely do. They're most famous for two things, a bull hitting 205 and a bill hitting the 405. That's what they're remembered for. The Patriots ones are different. Respect them because you're going to miss them. Tell your girl I said hello. That's it. Mr. J, that's how you have to deal with them. Go right after them.
Clearly.
Right after them. I like the Patriots Super Bowl.
Man.
Juggler.
That's it.
And that's
They'll do it.
the Troll Bowl?
That's the Troll Bowl 1, Adams. That's it. Thank you, Rick Angelo, wherever you are.
We should bring that back next week. That was fun, and you know who you are.
And we're
out there.
bumping.
You know who you are. Up next, quite possibly.